Trash talking. You can't help but enjoy its competitiveness. It's a game inside a game. It instantly increases the game's intensity, and in the NBA, it has the potential to turn a routine basketball game on a Saturday night into some of the best entertainment money can buy. Players are aware of it, and some even enjoy it, but as an old saying goes, choose your battles wisely. Some of the players have trash talked to such legends that they have to regret it later. Thus, they choose their battles without thinking it would have consequences. Today, we'll look at several NBA players who chose to trash talk the wrong person, the NBA's most iconic legend, Michael Jordan. Now, let's see what happens to these guys. Number 1. Kevin Garnett. While Michael Jordan is one of the players that should be avoided when talking trash, Kevin Garnett, regarded as one of the best trash talkers in the game, was unaware of this when he was still a rookie in his early teens. KG and his colleague Isaiah Ryder were playing against MJ and the Bulls on February 27, 1996. But as soon as KG started trash talking at MJ, things for them got much worse. In an interview, KG described what transpired during that game. "We have a saying in the league that you let some sleeping dogs lie, and I'm a product of that. I'm young, I'm 19 years old, I'm in the league, I'm fresh, I graduated out of high school in Chicago. We come back, we play the Bulls, and I was playing great. Probably the best I'd ever played in my life at this point, and it's against the Bulls. And J.R. Ryder is having an unbelievable game too. And I'm just feeling 19, I'm like, yeah, keep going, you're killing him. Basically, I woke up a sleeping dog, and it wasn't pleasant because that big dog is named Michael Jordan. He bites and he bit hard. I kinda got a warning shot, but I didn't really take that warning shot, and it just turned bad. On the court, Michael started performing the way he wished. He was edging past the defenders, pulling a few tricks out of his bag, and putting on a circus act. KG and Ryder each had 20 points that evening, but MJ scored 35 points in a row to defeat the T-Wolves. Regarding KG, he later admitted that since that game, MJ had constantly reminded him of that mistake by rubbing it in his face anytime they crossed paths on the court. Number 2. OJ Mayo. Along with the 19-year-old KG, another young person, OJ Mayo, who was then 17, also chose to poke the sleeping bear. OJ was a high school star before entering the league, and some basketball analysts even ranked him as the best high school prospect after LeBron James. At the same time, MJ sponsored a few basketball camps following his retirement called the Flight School, inviting the nation's top collegiate talents to participate. Even though Mayo was the sole high school player to attend the elite basketball camp, it was originally exclusively open to college players. As spectacular as Mayo's game was, his resume was much more impressive, but for some reason the 17-year-old kid at the moment decided to challenge Michael and started talking trash to him. Here's what Jordan had to say about his encounter with the aspiring basketball player, as he recalled it. "I'm playing in my camp against OJ Mayo. He was a top high school kid coming out and I had never met him. First time in front of my camp, he starts this thing that you can't guard me, you can't do this. I got my campers here, so obviously I can't really go where I want to go because I own my camp. So I stop the camp, send the kids to bed, we go back to playing, and he starts this whole thing that you can't guard me. Finally, I just said that you may be the best high school player, but I'm the best player in the world. So from this point on, it was a lesson. He never won a game, I posted him up, and I did everything." Similar to the basketball camp he was running, MJ took OJ to school and gave him some respect lessons. OJ definitely understood his mistake that day, in my opinion. However, since KG and OJ were both still young, we can excuse them since they probably didn't realize who they were trash talking about. Number 3. Magic Johnson. However, the next person on our list who trash talked about MJ wasn't a kid, but rather one of the greatest NBA players ever. Team Jordan and Team Magic split the court during one of the 1992 Dream Squad scrimmages. Jordan's team struggled early on, while Magic's team took advantage of the situation by jumping out to a 12-2 lead. Confident in their position, Magic decided to tease MJ by saying, "If you don't transform into an Air Jordan, we're blowing you out today." When he finished speaking, Magic saw a sudden change in MJ's mood and realized their game was gone. "His eyes got big. He broke the huddle, he hit a 3, and he's looking at me with his tongue out," said Magic. Scottie Pippen, who also observed MJ's response, stated, "When you see that look, then you know you have to give him the damn ball and get out of the way, any circumstance, even if it's a practice game." Jordan simply destroyed Magic's team in this specific situation, just as if he were competing in the NBA Finals. When everything was said and done, Jordan's team won, and immediately following the game, it was his turn to insult Magic. Number 4. Reggie Miller. In addition to Magic, another legend, Reggie Miller, was also a victim of the GOAT when he began to talk trash to MJ. As you're all aware, Miller was selected in the 1987 draft, 3 years after MJ. Before Reggie entered the league, throughout those 3 years, MJ immediately advanced and evolved into an instant star by averaging 37.1 points annually. Now that Reggie had finally seen Michael for the first time, Chuck Pearson, one of his teammates, encouraged Reggie to talk trash to Michael to make him lose focus. In an interview, he discussed the situation, and the following is exactly what happened. My rookie year, we were playing the Chicago Bulls, and this is Michael Jordan's 3rd or 4th year in as we were playing an exhibition game, so most veterans do not like to play in exhibition games. They want to get to the real thing. I'm a wide-eyed, energetic rookie, and Michael's going through the motions. And Chuck Pearson, who's on my team and is a trash talker as well, says, "Can you believe Michael Jordan, the guy everyone's talking about, who's supposed to be able to walk on water? You're out here killing him, Reggie. You should be talking to him." So I was like, you know what, you're right. I went like, "Michael, who do you think you are? The great Michael Jordan? That's right, but now there's a new kid in town." He kind of looks at me and starts shaking his head. Well, Reggie's not really the one to be blamed for this. I mean, he was a rookie and had 10 points at halftime, while Michael only had 4. However, Reggie learned from his mistakes as Jordan outclassed him in every matter. Lastly, MJ gave Reggie some parting advice immediately following the game by saying, "Don't ever talk trash to Black Jesus." Number 5. Sam Mitchell. Speaking of Reggie, another squad member apparently made the same error. Prior to becoming a coach, Sam Mitchell was a longtime teammate of Reggie in Indiana. He told a story about how he once called Jordan a ball head during a podcast interview, which greatly offended Michael Jordan. Sam said, "We were playing at the Chicago Stadium and we were up late in the 4th quarter with like 4 minutes to go. I think Reggie was in at the free throw line to put us up by like 13. The only time I could trash talk to Mike, I used to call him ball head. I used to tell him all the time, no matter how great you are, you still got no damn hair. So I looked at him and told him, 'Hey, ballhead, we got that game. We came in to get that tonight.' He looked at me and he said, 'Man, I ain't even started playing yet.' He scored 19 straight points and beat us by 5. I learned at that moment to leave the ballhead alone after that." Well, it's safe to say you should never insult an NBA legend like Mike. He's one of the greatest basketball players of all time, if not the greatest. The list of those who were sorry for insulting MJ is endless.